The sun sets at 5 p.m. By 6 p.m., the grid is a corpse. By midnight, the silence screams. The real enemy isn't the cold, it's the absolute suffocating blackness. The human mind fractures without visual input. Hallucinations start within days. You have a flashlight and a pack of batteries? That's not a plan, that's a death sentence. Burn the waste, the infinite candle. Stop hoarding paraffin. Wax is a finite resource. Once those store-bought pillars melt, you are back in the void. You need a fuel source you can scavenge from the trash. If it has calories, it burns. Take a glass jar, mason, pickle, whatever survived. Twist a strip of 100% cotton from a ruined t-shirt. Do not use synthetics. Polyester melts and emits toxic fumes that will gas you in a confined space. Coil a wire around the base of your wick to anchor it. Drop it in. Now, fill the void. Vegetable oil, rancid olive oil, rendered animal fat. If it's too spoiled to eat, burn it. The science. This utilizes capillary action. The cotton fibers wick the liquid fat upward against gravity. The flame's heat vaporizes the oil at the tip. You are not burning the cloth. You are burning vaporized hydrocarbon chains. A single pint of discarded cooking oil provides nearly 100 hours of continuous light. That is weeks of security for the cost of garbage. While the unprepared sit in the dark, you turn biological waste into a strategic asset. Generating light is only half the war. Now, you must weaponize it. Photon Discipline, amplify and diffuse. A single naked flame or a tactical flashlight beam is a rookie mistake. In a pitch-black room, a focused point of light destroys your peripheral vision and casts hard shadows where threats can hide. You are blinding yourself with your own gear. First, control the vector. Place your oil lamp or LED in front of a reflective surface. Use a scavenged mylar survival blanket, a piece of aluminum foil, or a vanity mirror ripped from a bathroom wall. You immediately double your effective range by redirecting wasted backscatter into the sector you need to secure. Second, build a fluid diffuser. Take a clear plastic PET bottle, fill it with water, add a single capful of bleach. Suspend this bottle or place it directly over your light source, the science. This exploits the physics of refraction and scattering. Light travels slower through water than air, bending the rays. The water molecules scatter the photons omnidirectionally, converting a harsh unidirectional beam into a soft 360-degree glow that illuminates the entire perimeter. The bleach acts as a biocide, preventing algae growth that would cloud your medium. You turn a weak beam into a 50-watt room light without spending a single extra joule of energy.
Scavenge the suburbs, the solar harvest. Look at the abandoned lawns. You see weeds and decay. I see a decentralized power plant. Those plastic solar garden lights sticking out of the dirt are the most critical salvage item in the early aftermath. The suburbanites bought them for vanity. You will seize them for survival. Execute a sweep at 3 p.m. when visibility is high. Pull every unit you find. Do not leave them in the elements. Moisture and freeze-thaw cycles destroy the cheap PCBs inside. Bring them inside the perimeter. Separate the head from the stake. You now have a portable, self-contained microgrid. Establish a cycle. At 8 a.m., line the solar heads along their south-facing windows. Angle them to catch the arc of the sun. At 8 p.m., disperse them through your shelter. 1 unit is a marker. 10 units is a workspace. Tape over the light sensor if you need them to activate before true sunset. The science. These devices contain amorphous silicon photovoltaic cells. While inefficient compared to roof-mounted arrays, they are superior in one specific metric: low light performance. They generate voltage even under overcast skies or in partial shade. Inside the housing is a simple DC to DC boost converter that steps up the low voltage from the battery to drive the LED. It is crude technology, but it is robust enough to give you photons when the rest of the world is lighting matches. You are harvesting the sky while they burn their curtains. But a harvest is worthless without a silo. The chemistry of storage. Stop the leak. Dump your stash of alkaline batteries right now. Those copper top cylinders are not assets, they are chemical time bombs. Leave them in a device for 6 months and the potassium hydroxide will corrode the contacts, destroying your critical electronics. In a grid-down scenario, single-use disposables are just future landfill. You need a closed loop. Your target is low self-discharge nickel metal hydride, LSD NiMH. If you are scavenging electronic stores, ignore the bulk packs. Look for the white wrappers. Look for Made in Japan. You want Eneloops or their rebadged industrial equivalents. Why? Because standard rechargeables lose 20% of their power just sitting on a shelf. In a blackout, you cannot afford a battery that dies while you sleep. The science. Traditional NiMH batteries suffer from crystalline degradation that causes rapid internal discharge. The LSD chemistry modifies the crystal lattice of the metal hydride alloy to stabilize the hydrogen ions. This means a charged cell can sit in a drawer for 5 years and still fire up your radio at 2 a.m. More importantly, cycle life. A quality LSD cell is rated for 2100 recharge cycles. Do the math. If you recharge it every single day, that is nearly 6 years of light from a single cell. A pack of 4 is a decade of illumination. Pair these with a smart charger that detects delta peak voltage to prevent overcooking the chemistry, and you have built a power infrastructure that outlasts the crisis.
The Ghost Protocol. Passive navigation. Electronics fail. Circuits corrode. You need a layer of light that asks for nothing. Stop buying those cheap glow sticks at the party store. They are chemical trash that fade in 20 minutes. Your target is industrial-grade strontium aluminate powder. Mix this powder with clear epoxy or acrylic medium. Apply it to every critical touchpoint in your perimeter: door handles, stair edges, water valves, and the iron sights of your weapon. In the chaos of 3 a.m., you cannot fumble for a flashlight. You need a visual reference that is already there. The science. Most glow-in-the-dark toys use zinc sulfide. It charges fast but dies faster. Strontium aluminate is a rare earth-doped phosphor with a persistent luminescence that is 10 times brighter and lasts 10 times longer. A single exposure to UV radiation or sunlight excites the electrons into a high-energy state. As they slowly relax back to the ground state, they release photons. This process repeats indefinitely. It does not degrade. It does not break. It gives you 12 hours of usable afterglow every single night for the rest of your life. It is the ultimate passive navigation system. Now that the perimeter is set, calibrate the sensor. Biological optics, rhodopsin discipline. You have built the systems, but you are still the weak link. Your eyes are evolutionary sensors designed for the savanna, not the basement. If you blast 500 lumens of white light into a dark room, you don't just see the threat, you destroy your own ability to see anything else for the next 30 minutes. In a tactical encounter, half an hour is an eternity. You are blind. You are dead. Standardize your spectrum. Every light source you use for navigation must be filtered. Scavenge red cellophane from candy wrappers or red plastic from broken taillights. Tape it over your flashlights. If your headlamp has a red LED mode, that is the only mode that exists. Superglue the switch if you have to. The science. This is about preserving rhodopsin, or visual purple. This is the biological pigment in the rod cells of your retina that allows for scotopic, low-light vision. It is extremely photosensitive. When hit by high-energy wavelengths, blue or white light, the molecule photobleaches instantly, and your sensitivity drops to 0. It takes the human body up to 45 minutes to fully regenerate this chemical. Red light, with its longer wavelength and lower energy, bypasses the rod cells and allows you to read a map or check a lock without triggering the chemical reset. Maintain your rhodopsin like you maintain your ammunition. If you must use white light, close one eye. Keep one retina adapted to the dark. That is your backup sight. The grid is dead. It is never waking up. While the herd panics and burns their last finite candles, you have established a perpetual cycle. You harvest the day to conquer the night. You have the oil, the storage, and the discipline to operate in the void. Darkness is no longer a prison. It is your tactical advantage. You do not fear the sunset because you have engineered your own sunrise. Secure your lumens. Build your light. When the world goes black, make sure yours is the only one that lasts.